It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show, presented by Kia.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my friends, and I mean that, my buddies, my pals, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, the first half of the season has not been kind to them, and unfortunately with their play lately, they're not exactly giving off the vibe that they're ready to turn things around. And the Suns have gone back to their up-tempo style, a lot of 7 seconds or less type of play last season. Is this a good look for them?
Well, it's part of franchise history. Started with Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, the Brazilian Blur. You know, it happened especially in their most successful era. You know, they've proven that when you play big games at the up-tempo style, you can win a lot of games like that.
And I'm older than you, Shaq, so it was even with Kevin Johnson. It was Oh, yeah, no question. Paul Westphal, back in those days, and the Van Arsdale brothers. I mean, this is been a history of playing in the Valley of the Sun, up-tempo, and they're doing it again this year.
Do you think I can toss to Kevin Harlan in 7 seconds or less?
You should
be able to.
Well, count it down for me.
7, 6.
Now time to go to Kevin Harlan
4
as they get ready
3, 2,
for the opening
1.
tip.
The Mavericks are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Now looking back to the last matchup between these two teams, it was Phoenix coming out with a win against the Mavericks.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
Well, what better way to silence a crowd that's rooting against you than to hit the big-time shots from downtown? It made an immediate impact.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is known for his command of X's and O's, and he demands the same from his players. He tests them with tablets. They're shown a clip, it freezes, and then they're asked what they should do next. Zaza Pachulia said, I was like, come on, a test? I did this in school, but not in basketball. But it works. You take the tests, and you start to remember things better. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thank you. Midway point of the season, games starting to add up now, Doris. How do the players keep the mental side of their game sharp and efficient?
I think the veterans have always told me, Kevin, that part of that is you just get in a rhythm and a routine. So if you're on the road, you do a certain thing at a certain time of day. You're going to have your meals at a particular point. You're going to head to the arena on the first bus, the second bus. There's a real rhythm and routine in making sure you're staying sharp.
So routine brings sharpness. Is that what you're saying?
I would say that that's a big part of it.
Big part. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Williams runs point with Matthews to his side. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nowitzki, and it's Bogut in at the 5. A 3 from Matthews. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. So it's Phoenix now. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And, you know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
No, that's right on point. They didn't close off the lane, didn't hustle to the ball, didn't do any of the basic things required from a defense.
The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Well, since the departure of Mike D'Antoni back in 2008, it's been a true coaching carousel in Phoenix. 5 coaches in 8 seasons? That is not exactly the kind of stability you want to establish an identity for a young team.
Now here's Nowitzki. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Dirk is simply amazing, fighting through defenders, draining jumpers left and right.
Booker dishes to Bledsoe. From the baseline. No good. Shot missing. Excellent D there from Williams. Coach Jeff Hornacek was let go by the Suns midway through last season. It didn't take him long the doors to find a new gig with the New York Knicks.
Well, the word in Phoenix was that he'd lost the locker room, Kevin, and I'm not sure he was the problem with the dysfunction there. And now Earl Watson at the helm, a former player, 13-year vet. You know, we'll see. Can he have a long tenure in Phoenix?
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Oh, he will take that shot over and over if they give it to him. That's a defensive error they can't afford to repeat. Well, what a force this guy is inside, and you could tell the defense wants to limit him as best they can.
Nowitzki outside. Bogut high post. Outside Matthews. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Booker pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Yeah, one of his many attributes, guys. Booker is hard to stay with when he's pulling up off the dribble.
Here's Williams. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Barnes left side. And Chandler sends it back. But he recovers it. Barnes against Chandler. Barnes with another miss. Suns leading by 3. And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Chris. Inside. Chandler. And Chandler throws it down.
Well, huge wingspan, even for that center position. Chandler can throw it down from really anywhere within a few feet of the rim.
Now here's Williams. 11 points for him in that last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Nowitzki, the pass to Barnes. Barnes with another miss. Suns have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Booker. Misses off the right iron.
Just have to shake that miss off. He knows he can make it.
Booker against Matthews. Outside Williams. Back to Matthews. Unloads from 13. Chris with the rebound. The Suns leading. Back to Bledsoe. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, a guy who usually likes to take it all the way to the rack. Bledsoe's developing a nice in-between game.
Outside Williams. Screen by Bogut. Over in the corner, Matthews. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Matthews has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Bledsoe against Williams. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Suns.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Mavericks trail by 4. Outside Williams. Stolen by Bledsoe. To the paint. Chandler kicks to Warren. Bledsoe outside. Down low, it's deflected and stolen by Nowitzki. Williams dishes to Bogut. Back to Williams. Nowitzki a screen. Williams passes to Nowitzki. Bogut kicks to Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. He squares up and sinks it. Matthews has got 5 points so far.
Kevin, I don't think the defense can do much about that. Tremendous concentration by Wes Matthews on that jumper.
And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. Back to Booker. Off the left rim and out.
You know, that kind of miss can rattle your confidence. He knows he should have had that one.
Well, Devin Booker was named, Doris, as one of the USA Select players this past summer. He's a good young player.
And don't be fooled into thinking this is just getting named to the practice squad. A lot of All-Stars got their start by playing on the USA Select team. I won't be surprised if Mr. Booker is representing his country in international competition in short order.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Suns shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. The first free throw is good.
I think the Mavericks, you look at a changing supporting cast around Dirk Nowitzki year after year. They've tried to find the right blend since their 2011 title. I mean, they've been consistently good, make no mistake, but never reaching that level of greatness.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in, and he can't hit the second. And the Mavericks aggressively going after other superstar free agents to pair with Nowitzki over the years. But Doris, they've just struck out.
Well, Kevin, most recently, obviously, the DeAndre Jordan saga, where they thought they'd signed arguably the best center in the league. And it's hard to say why they haven't been able to get other stars. You know, Dirk's certainly a guy you'd want to play with.
Now here's Bledsoe. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. They set the pick. Pass to Chris. Williams against Bledsoe. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
You know, I like a defense to play physical, particularly when hot shooters are trying to be cooled off. They never got physical.
Now, here's Warren. Following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Here's the floater. Here's Warren. Drops in the layup for 2.
Timeout.
And the Suns lead by 5.
You know, the putback there, a product of his strong effort on the glass. Never gave up on that play.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, the NC State product, right? T.J. Warren, you like what he can do on the offensive end, and more importantly, how efficiently he does it. Rarely puts himself in a bad spot or takes a bad shot.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Warren. And it's Brandon Knight in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Barea. Really struggled in the loss against Minnesota. And with Warren, he's efficient and still doing everything he can to improve his game, Doris, and add to his offensive skill set.
Well, I think, Kevin, the three-pointer has already made big jumps for him. Pretty much double the rate he takes them between his first and second seasons. And you like the work ethic he's shown while recovering from injury. You just hope he can stay healthy.
Here's Knight. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Knight kicks to left. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
One thing you know you're getting with Alex Len is size. He's legit 7'1". He can be intimidating with his size on the floor. And he has some pretty easy moves for a player that size.
I think, Kevin, Len is continuing to find ways to make the most of his height and length. That spot-up jumper has a high release, very hard to bother that one. And he's just got to find consistency with that baby hook. Nobody is going to be able to get to that shot when he releases it.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And for the Phoenix Suns, it feels like there have been chemistry concerns, Doris, in recent years. Why is that?
Kevin, I think something like that's hard to pinpoint. It just seems like something is off, right? So much of winning in the NBA is about culture. And it's tough to win when people aren't on the same page. For this franchise to turn it around, that's got to change.
Now here's Powell, and there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Barnes outside to the middle and going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And a chance to check out the stats for Barea. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 5 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Now here is Barbosa, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Dishes to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Buries it from three-point range. And the Suns lead by 8.
Sporting the lethal jumper, Knight has no trouble with his range, that's for sure.
Barea dishes to Curry. They set the screen. Here's Barnes. Again, the Mavericks score.
Boy, too much of a cushion given to him on that jump shot. That's a big-time no-no.
Barbosa passes to Knight. Len sets a screen for Knight. To the inside. Len kicks it to Tucker. It's deflected.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks. Rises up and sends it back.
Here's Finney-Smith. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Barbosa with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Knight for 3. That one's not going to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Barnes dishes to Barea. And Curry has it in the corner. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Suns leading by 3. Booker the pass to Knight. Back to Booker. Out tonight. Len a screen. Back to Knight. To the paint. It's stolen by Curry. 1:41 left in the first. Barbosa for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And the D really on its heels on that possession. Didn't know what to do.
Now Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. No problems knocking that one down. Barea's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, that's just intelligent basketball. Put that pass exactly where it needed to go to set up the shot.
It's Leandro Barbosa on the wing. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Barbosa's got 5 points so far.
Well, that shows a sign of maturity, guys. Everyone expecting Knight to try and score it. Instead, he finds the open man.
Barea kicks to Barnes. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Knight kicks to Barbosa. Back to Knight. The tray. Another three for Phoenix.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Barnes. Down low, Finney-Smith. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I'll tell you, solid low post passing made all the difference on that last possession.
Here's Knight. He has 6. With 1 on the clock.
All the tools. When you're talking about Booker, he's got everything he needs to be one of the league's great scorers.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Suns lead by 7. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly, he talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players, you know, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, you know, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, you know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Boy, the perimeter attack has been relentless. You can see them setting up from distance, but stopping them is another matter.
Bledsoe and Knight, the playmaking guard set. Chris is out there with Chandler, and it's Tucker in at the small forward. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dirk Nowitzki says he can still picture himself as that kid from Würzburg. And to him, it's surreal being listed among the legends atop the NBA scoring charts. But Coach Rick Carlisle is less circumspect. He said there's never been a 7-footer who's played his position the way he's played it to his age. And he has a lot of good basketball left in him. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A., a game that's built to last. It's stolen. Outside Knight. Back to Bledsoe. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Feeds to Tucker. 6 to shoot. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Tucker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mavericks trail by 10. Harris outside. Doris, being able to create in half-court sets is something that doesn't come easy in the NBA. Just how valuable do you think it is to have a strong half-court offense?
Well, you think about the most important time of the year in the NBA, Kevin, and that's the playoffs. And what happens in the playoffs, the game slows down. It becomes a slogfest. And so execution is crucial. The habits you build over the course of the regular season, obviously you can get in transition and you hope to generate easy buckets. But the reality is NBA schemes are so good, you better be able to execute in half court.
And everybody knows what you're running, but you're right, execution becomes the key.
To me, it's like the trap in football, right? If you block these two guys, you are going to pick up 2 or 3 yards. And as good as the defenses and schemes are in the NBA, we're talking about the best players in the world. You set a good screen in a pick-and-roll situation, and Chris Paul is coming off, guess what? Something good's going to happen.
Only Doris Burke is going to bring up football and basketball in the same answer. I love this. Great analogy.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Gritty effort by Wes Matthews, just buries himself in the paint and connects on a quality look.
It's stolen by Harris. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Back to Nowitzki. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
The big guy showing off his range on that jumper.
Knight wide open, and there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And then for Dallas, Bogut comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Williams in for Dirk Nowitzki. Mavericks trail by 6. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Matthews against Bledsoe. Left side Williams. Can't connect from short range. Phoenix leading by 6. The 3. And the Suns miss again.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Bledsoe. Chandler dishes to Bledsoe. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Harris against Warren. Back to Bledsoe. Pass to Chris. And stolen by Darren Williams. Here's Harris. Dallas again missing.
Might have overthought that. Not sure how he missed that one, guys.
Knight for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Clearly out of rhythm. He's pressing the issue right now. I'd like to see him get his teammates involved.
Suns leading by 6. Inside, Chandler the pass to Knight. Bledsoe against Williams. Bledsoe kicks to Knight. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I think everyone expecting Bledsoe to perhaps force the issue, but he keeps his poise and finds the open man.
They set the pick. Screen by Bogut. Bogut sets a screen for Williams. Shot clock at 5. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And the Mavericks with possession here. Trailing here by 8. And here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 31-point game against Cleveland.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
And the Mavericks call time here.
I think one thing that jumps out at you with Eric Bledsoe is just how fearless he is. He goes right at players who have a huge size advantage, doesn't settle for jumpers even when he can, and we just repeatedly press and prod the defense.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
Mavericks trail by 10. Doris with Bledsoe. You've seen him in the paint, stepping through big men, taking the contact, and he still finishes the play.
Yeah, and I think that mentality goes through Bledsoe's overall game as well. You know, he jumps passing lanes, goes for the risky play, because he doesn't know any other way to play. Very few players that can do as much damage as Bledsoe can at his size.
Here's Warren after Wesley Matthews score. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, it looks like he got to that shot just after it reached its apex. Those can be tough ones to gauge.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The pass to Finney-Smith. Baseline try, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And Darren Williams once in the conversation for the best point guards in the NBA. Doris, unfortunately, injuries have been a constant concern with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost some of that quickness that made that crossover so deadly. And he doesn't live in the lane punishing people with his frame like he did early, but he's still a master in the pick and roll. And when he's right, he can contribute at a very high level.
And he sinks the second.
Such a tremendous free throw shooter for his career. Fouling Darren Williams is a terrible idea.
Chandler a screen. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Screen by Bogut. Williams kicks to Bogut. And stolen by Knight. He feeds it to Bledsoe. Williams against Knight. No good that time. Good D by Williams. Mavericks trail by 12. Matthews, no one around him. Dallas, no good that time either.
You know, after draining a three-pointer in the first, he's been unable to capitalize since.
Now, here is Knight. 10 points for him. Takes the three. Again, the miss by Knight.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Matthews left side. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Matthews has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. Outside Knight fires the three. Cans it from downtown. Knight's got 7 points for the quarter.
Let's be real, not always the most efficient offensive player, but Knight can really fill it up, as we're seeing here tonight, guys.
Williams with the ball. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And yes, it's good.
He's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
To the paint, intercepted. And there's the feed to Harris. Bledsoe against Williams. Bogut sets a screen for Williams. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Warren dishes to Knight. Chandler a screen, lets the three fly, and Knight hits again from deep. Knight's got 16.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas. down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So for the Suns, Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. Devin Booker comes in for Chris. And it's Barbosa in for Brandon Knight. Then for the Mavericks, Barnes, he's checked in for Matthews. Seth Curry comes in for Harris. And Barea subbed in for Williams. So it's the Mavericks now. It's a 13-point game. Now Barea. On the wing, Barnes. Back to Barea. Bogut with a screen on Booker. Clock at 4. And Andrew Bogut, the bucket on the assist by Barnes.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Bledsoe kicks to Warren. Back to Bledsoe. Now the dish to Barbosa. On the wing, Booker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
Mavericks trail by 13. Here's Curry. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Right wing. Curry kicks to Bogut. Barea with Eric Bledsoe covering. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Phoenix leading by 11. And you think back to 2011. The Mavericks win the title, but they let a lot of those players go to free up cap space and pursue bigger names. In hindsight, Norris, do you think that was a mistake?
Well, it's a difficult thing when you know a player is on the back 9 of their career, and they might have held on to Tyson Chandler. You know, he had some great years in New York, but I think they caught lightning in a bottle in 2011. I'm not sure they could have easily repeated. I understand why they decided not to rest on their laurels.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, because of the size difference, that's probably not the one-on-one matchup they'd like to go to very often, but it worked that time.
Now here is Barbosa. He has 5. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Here's Len, and it's sent back by Bogut.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive, driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Barnes. 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Len, a screen. Bledsoe passes to Len. It's stolen by Bogut. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Barea with the ball. Bledsoe against Curry. And here's Barea. Pass to Finney-Smith. Kicks it to Bogut. 4 on the shot clock. Takes it from 10. Misses off the left iron. Phoenix leading by 6.
No need to rush here. They can play for one shot.
That's the key here. Take their time, use every last bit of this clock.
Now here's Bledsoe. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. From deep three-point range. And we've reached halftime in this one. Phoenix ahead, up by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Leandro, you always seem to be ready whether you're starting or coming off the bench like tonight. What is your mindset when you get on the floor?
This is my role in this team, and I'm very happy to do what I did tonight. Just come aggressive and give a lot of energy for the team so we have this W.
You know, it's always about staying ready. Thanks. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. Phoenix had no problems getting going. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. The second quarter wasn't as kind to them, but they still fought through some mistakes to have a 6-point cushion at the half. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
I think they let the game come to them. But they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I'd like to see them press to action a little bit more.
That'll do it for now. Second half coming up. We'll see you after the game.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Well, I liked his composure. You don't identify him as a natural playmaker, but he's worked on it, and certainly it has come in handy tonight.
Mavericks trail by 6. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Williams runs point with Matthews to his side. Nowitzki is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Phoenix has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. To the wing right side. Warren with the ball. He dishes it to Bledsoe. 5 to shoot. He kicks to Chandler. He gets it in there.
There's a guy who knows how to absorb contact and still maintain control. Chandler able to finish what he started.
Doris, you hear people talk about a winning culture or veteran leadership. Well, Tyson Chandler embodies those statements to a T. He's won international medals. He's been a part of an NBA title. Just a great presence to have on a team, regardless of what he's asked to do and able to do on the floor.
Well, I think, Kevin, you look no further than the contract Chandler was given late in his career. It might seem high for his production, but you want him as a guide and mentor. The way he approaches the game, the accolades, it's something you can't teach. The definition of a team leader.
Now here's Bledsoe. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Bledsoe outside. Down low, Chandler the pass to Chris, and he jams it with authority.
Boy, spotted his teammate on the move, put the assist perfectly placed out in front of him, leading him right to the rack.
Here's Bogut, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Devin Booker. Now from a broadcasting perspective, Doris, just how global has the game of basketball grown with advances in the accessibility of the games being played?
You know what I marvel at is how the next generation consumes sports content. Live sports are still what the viewer wants, but you'll see so many people watching on mobile devices, right? small tablets, phones. It's incredible to me how different our business is, Kevin. News is now not broken in a newspaper story. News is broken on social media.
And don't you think, Doris, it's promoted that way too, because owners in this league that are very in tune with the tech side of the business?
Many of them are businessmen and have succeeded because they've been visionaries in their field, and certainly they want to know, how is our content getting to that next generation?
Good point. Warren dishes to Bledsoe. Booker with no one around. Offensive rebound. Mavericks trail by 8. Barnes kicks to Matthews. Back to Barnes. Screen by Bogut. From downtown, Barnes can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Williams against Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Dishes it to Chandler. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Chris. Off target from three-point range. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Bledsoe against Williams. Now, here's Warren. Tight defense on him, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Suns making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Releases from 15. Shots good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 7.
Now, this guy's got a really good feel for spacing. Very comfortable shooting that jumper with a hand in his face.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And with Dirk Nowitzki in the fold, the Mavericks always going to be dangerous offensively. Defense has been the challenge, and Rick Carlisle has great schemes there. They just haven't had the personnel to really defend at a high level.
And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
And so here is Dallas, trailing by 10. And the Mavericks have tried to bring in more youth and athleticism, in large part to fortify their defense.
So I think they've made some strides in that regard, and if you think about Rick Carlisle's defensive schemes, they help limit some of the damage defensively. He's not opposed to zone. They make sure they get back in transition. But one thing is absolutely clear. To get back into contention, they're going to have to make big strides on that end.
Williams with the block. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Nobody near Barnes. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 7th assist in the game. Suns leading by 7. Now Bledsoe, 7 points in the game. Here's the screen. And Tucker has it in the corner. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists, a record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor, controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And here is Knight. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Wide open look. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got his second basket of the night.
A devoted screen setter. Chandler's size makes him near impossible to circumvent.
Chandler with the steal. One-on-one fast break. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That's on Darren Williams. And certainly the early surprise of the 2015 draft class, Doris, is Devin Booker. Number 13 overall. He could end up being one of the top 2 or 3 players in the entire draft class.
Well, I think, Kevin, for Booker, a lot of people slept on him because of his college team. Came out of Kentucky, and that team was loaded with talent, headlined by Karl Anthony Towns. He was actually the 4th player off that team to be drafted. Insane that he went just 13th.
Devin Harris has checked in for the Mavericks. Doris, you've interviewed so many coaches over the years. Which coaches do you enjoy interviewing the most?
Well, I have to say my classmate, Billy Donovan.
No kidding.
We were both point guards in the class of '87. I like to tell Billy he was the second best one in that class, in fact. But I do enjoy. I
bet he enjoys that, too. He's a good man, isn't he? Huh?
He is, no question about it. And because he's new to the league, he's not objecting quite yet to the ad nauseum questions we tend to ask over and over.
How about quickly talking with Greg Popovich at San Antonio, which is always a challenge, whether you're calling the game or you're on the sideline?
I want you to understand something. When I am walking over to Greg Popovich, I want you to understand that my heart is pounding. I'm probably sweating.
No, come on.
And I'm trying not to shake.
Oh, come on. That's against everything you are. I know that. It's always good conversation, though. Here's Chris. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Outside Knight. Clock at 6. Here's Tucker. No good from outside.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Chandler with the steal. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. Drops in the layup for 2. Knight's got 18 points in the game.
Oh, like a lightning bolt. Knight really excels at pushing the ball up court.
Nowitzki a screen. Barnes left side. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by the Suns. They host the Spurs after this one. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home. And that one, good. Knight's got 20 points.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Too many. Simple as that. Their defensive weaknesses are being exposed right now.
Now here's Barnes. 14 points for him. But they get it back. Use that pick to get in close.
I'll tell you, Kevin, you have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Here's Knight. 20 points for him to the inside. Chris. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Williams kicks to Harris. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
Darren Williams does everything so calmly. Great look.
Outside Knight. And Tucker has it in the corner. It's good from long range. Tucker's got 5 points now this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Williams passes to Nowitzki. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 11.
Well, 3-ball is one of Nowitzki's favorite tools in the arsenal, and it's borderline unblockable given his size.
There's a screen. And Tucker has it in the corner. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
Knight against Williams. Feeds it to Harris. In the corner, Powell with it. Nowitzki up top. 6 on the shot clock. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki.
And a nice job of utilizing his body to get around the defender, but that's just a tough one to knock down consistently.
The 3 from Barnes. No good that time. And Phoenix the other way now.
You know, it's been hard for him to find the range this quarter, but I do like his aggressiveness.
Pass to Tucker. He feeds it to Chandler.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding.
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Here's Barnes after the Suns pick up 2. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Barnes has got 16 points.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Outside Knight. And the pass to Tucker. Booker outside. From deep. And the Suns get it back. Chandler. Powell with the steal. Barnes kicks to Powell. From 12 feet out. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 13 points for Nowitzki.
Just scoring with great confidence, having a very nice quarter here.
Chandler a screen. Booker against Harris. Booker dishes to Chandler. Knight for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Knight's got 23 points. And Dallas coach Rick Carlisle signed a 5-year extension last season. The Mavericks said they want him to be at the helm for as long doors as he wants to be there.
Well, Kevin, he becomes the 3rd longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra. And the Mavs see him as a top 3 coach in the league. You'd be hard-pressed to argue with them.
Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. These Phoenix fans are accustomed to winning basketball. The Suns with one of the top 5 historic win percentages in NBA history.
Yeah, Kevin, fans can get spoiled just like anyone. They have high expectations, and I think the Suns embrace that. Nobody is in this business to lose. They're gunning to get back into the thick of things.
And both free throws good for Williams. Suns leading by 14. We've got 1:55 left in the 3rd. Dallas has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Stolen by Len. There's the feed to Warren. To the middle. Out tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Curry against Warren. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Over in the corner, Williams. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 8 points for Williams.
I tell you, when healthy, Darren Williams is very efficient with the 3 ball.
1:06 left in the 3rd quarter. Knight passes to Len. From the arc. And the Suns get it back. That one bounces around and comes back out.
The guy, that's the shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
To the middle. Here's Nowitzki, and it's Dallas with another.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
A nice shot by Knight.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Powell, nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Powell's got 6.
And not relying at all on the 3-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now, here's Warren. He's got 6. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lenka kicks to Warren. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. He's got 9.
Improving catch-and-shoot game. Bledsoe no longer needs to put the ball on the floor to get his points.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Suns lead by 12. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Keep playing. Keep playing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. A lot of game left. Come on, hang in there, guys. Hang in there.
And some encouraging words from Coach Rick Carlisle, pleading with his guys to stay strong.
Yeah, he wants to keep them from getting into their heads. I mean, trust the system, play with confidence, and let everything evolve from there.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Bledsoe teams up with Booker in the backcourt. Chandler out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Warren in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And Tucker has it in the corner. No good with the triple. Mavericks trail by 12. And here's Matthews from the arc. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
That's a terrific-looking pull-up jumper from Matthews. So quick on the draw.
Here's Bledsoe. The dish to Warren. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Barea kicks to Curry. Passes to Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Barea. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Warren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Tucker. Barea pulls it in.
If he were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
Shoots from the baseline, and the shot is long. Phoenix leading by 11. Booker left side. Plenty of space. Good work there as it goes.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
And here is Curry. Stolen by Tucker. And up the court come the Suns on the break for 3. Booker. Again, the miss by Booker. Mavericks trail by 13. Curry dishes to Barea. Pass to Finney-Smith. Barea with a wide open look. The 19-footer is on the money. The Suns have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Chandler is screen. At the elbow, it's Warren. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Mavericks with the rebound. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Rebounded by Tucker. Suns leading by 11. To the inside. That's good from Chandler on the assist from Tucker. That's 10 points for Tyson Chandler.
Listen, percentage-wise, Chandler has forever been one of the best at finishing around the rim.
Here's Barea. Another miss by Barea. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe passes to Booker. Chandler is screen. And Tucker kicks to Warren. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Curry. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Suns have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Chandler is screen. And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Tucker. They get the rebound. Here's Warren. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That free throw good from Warren. And the Suns going through the longest playoff drought in the franchise's history. 6 seasons, Doris, and counting.
Well, think back to 2014, Kevin, when they win 48 games and still miss the playoffs. Tough break there. We've seen the conferences become more balanced, but there's a long time where good just wasn't good enough in the Western Conference.
Both free throws good from Warren. Mavericks trail by 17. Now here's Williams. To the right side. Here's Finney-Smith. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
You know, completely in rhythm. He's been deadly from a number of spots, but too many of their guys aren't playing well enough.
Bledsoe against Barnes. Bledsoe with it. Booker outside, uncovered, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Booker's got 4 this quarter.
Well, you're talking about a guy like Booker, perfectly suited for the catch-and-shoot game.
Here's Finney-Smith, kicks it to Barnes. Inside, tipped away. Chandler with the steal. Booker against Matthews. Back to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Right wing. Bledsoe for 3. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Finney-Smith passes to Barnes. Clock at 6. Inside. No good from Bogut. Suns leading by 16. Tries from 10. Goes back up. Chris. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. And the free throw, no good.
Well, you watch Earl Watson coaching this Suns team. It's easy to see why they wanted him. He seems to connect really easily with these guys. Great motivator. Will always have this group fighting from start to finish.
Williams against Bledsoe. Up top, Warren. He dishes it to Chandler. Bledsoe outside. To the left side wing. Phoenix, no good that time either. And with Watson the coach, not only is he a great motivator, but he also knows how to develop all the young players on the roster.
Well, I think, Kevin, initially Watson was brought in to help with player development, and that's the exact kind of background you want right now if you're the Suns. And first and foremost, Watson brings leadership to this ball club.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, talk about a guy you don't want to send to the line. Booker, already one of the game's better free throw shooters.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Mavericks, every summer, very aggressive in free agency, Doris, trying to reload to get Dirk Nowitzki a shot at one more title.
And Kevin, it's surprising to me more players haven't wanted to go to Dallas. A vibrant market, no state income tax, and most importantly, the chance to play with a Hall of Famer like Nowitzki, who creates space for everyone else.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Nowitzki outside. Wesley Matthews on the wing. To the middle. Here's Bogut. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Chandler. Bledsoe dishes to Warren. Back to Bledsoe. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
This is a high-octane guy who plays with a little bit of a mean streak. Bledsoe converts right through the foul, plus earns a trip to the line.
And last season was cut short for Bledsoe, if you remember. Went down with a torn meniscus that kept him out for about half the season. Indoors, that really put the nail in the coffin for the Phoenix Suns season.
I think, Kevin, a tough blow for Bledsoe, who had looked to take another jump in terms of his productivity. Knee injury scary for point guards, and so you're happy the Suns took their time with Bledsoe. You know, he's got the type of game that lends itself to collisions and falling because he attacks the rim, so let's hope he avoids that in the future.
And so it's Dallas with it. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. What about the finals format, Doris? 2-2, 1-1-1. It's back. Most everyone pleased about it. What do you think?
I love it, because if you go to the old 2-3-2 format, to me, that middle stretch where the team that's lower seeded literally has 3 straight opportunities to change a series with home court advantage, that is unfair to the team that works so hard to get that top spot.
Barnes hits them both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now Bledsoe. Chandler with the screen on Williams. Bledsoe outside. Just 5 on the clock. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And really blossoming as a scorer ever since he was traded away from the Clippers. Bledsoe, that prototypical combo guard, that's all the rage in the NBA.
And Matthews kicks to Barnes. Nowitzki with the screen on Warren. Barnes against Warren. Now here's Barnes. D right on him. It's not going to go for him. Suns leading by 20. And here's Booker from the arc. Matthews with the rebound. Matthews has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Nowitzki left side. Lets it go from 11. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Kev, right now Dirk has the touch, getting him the ball anywhere on the floor, and he's comfortable pulling the trigger.
Chandler with the screen on Williams. Here's Bledsoe. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Andrew Bogut.
And you think of guys who are 3 and D wings. Wes Matthews, throughout his career, has been one of the league's best. A prolific shooter and tremendously physical on both ends of the floor.
The first one falls. And Wesley Matthews very capable from long range, but that's not all he does offensively, Doris.
No, Kevin, he's gotten much better attacking the closeout and stepping in to hit that mid-range jumper. He also looks to use his strength, going to work on the low block.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And the NBA allows more fouls than college with 6, but some feel it might not be enough as it affects games too heavily. We lose some of our best players too early, some say. What is the right amount? Too much, too little? What do you think?
Well, I think they're right where they need to be perfectly frank. And if you remember in college basketball, the Big East, when Patrick Ewing was playing there, They went to 6 fouls, and I thought the level of physicality became absurd on the college level. However, it's different on the NBA. I don't think that 6th foul, it's the perfect amount for this league. I get that the fans want the stars to be on the floor. 6 fouls over a 48-minute game is absolutely perfect.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And Nowitzki is still a lead offensively. Defensively, Doris, how's he holding up?
Well, he was never the most athletic guy, that's for sure, and he certainly lost some mobility. But this guy is a smart team defender, and the Mavs will do as much as possible to mask any weaknesses he has so that they can get what they need on the offensive end.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them. And Dirk Nowitzki has said he'd like to play one more season after this one, making it an even 20 years in the NBA.
Well, that would give him a chance to move into the top 5 in scoring. Not that that motivates him, but the Mavs would love to extend his career as long as possible, trying to assemble the talent so that he can continue on in a reduced role, very much like Tim Duncan and the Spurs.
Bledsoe for 3. Doesn't go that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Barnes passes to Williams. Nowitzki outside. He kicks it to Bogut. Picked by Williams. Down low. The jump hook. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And that's 23 points for Nowitzki.
Well, incredible looking shot down in the paint. Nowitzki making it look so easy right now.
Chandler a screen. Warren against Nowitzki. Warren dishes to Bledsoe. Here's the 3. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop. Mavericks trail by 16. And here is Williams. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. Matthews no good.
And, you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
Williams against Bledsoe. Chandler.
You know, I'm amazed Tyson Chandler still provides great rim protection. He still has that incredible length with that standing reach, can bother shots just by going straight up. And as a veteran, he knows exactly what he can and can't get away with when assigned to slow down an opposing big man.
Free throw, Chandler.
Now, this is a high character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner.
And the Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Chris. P.J. Tucker comes in for Warren. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Booker. And Knight subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Chandler hits them both. Mavericks trail by 18.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Phoenix.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Knight. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Dishes to Tucker. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Yeah, I think that's where you swing the ball around. Try and find a better passing angle.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Chris, he's checked in for Alex Len. Devin Booker comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Knight. And then for Dallas, Matthews comes in for Seth Curry. And Darren Williams is subbed in for J.J. Barea. Outside Williams. And Matthews kicks to Williams. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. And Williams, here we go. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, not a coincidence that when Darren Williams puts it on the deck, something good happens. That time draws the foul.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And Williams drops them both. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Bledsoe passes to Barbosa. Back to Bledsoe. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. Fires from deep. Tucker can't get it to go. Now here's Williams, and so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Brandon. Great win tonight. You were really diming your teammates up, and that seems like when you're having the most fun out there.
Definitely just get my guys going a lot more and, try to be more of a playmaker. And, I enjoy, seeing, getting guys going and them making shots off my passes.
Great job getting your teammates involved tonight, Brandon. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Knight.
They avoid back-to-back losses all because of the jolt he gave them tonight. They were flat in that last game, but he woke them right back up. That's what you're hoping for when you call someone on the bench. The bench model will strike.
Taking charge, making plays all over the court. Brandon Knight was at the top of his form tonight. He was a blur out there, playing the game at a different speed than anyone else. That performance is one to savor.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. See you.
Good night.